One of the role of the education institutions is, I would say that is the primary role, to prepare our students how they can lead their future lives. Many of us think we need to prepare students for kind of placements, jobs. I think that should not be the criteria. And the second part is, if India has to become a knowledge-based economy, we got to keep on creating new knowledge at the universities so that our students who might be doing at the bachelor level degree programs, they are kind of immersed into some of the research focused curricula. We are working with FICCI, and some of us are serving on very couple of committees. One, we are given a task to develop a strategic plan for higher education in India for 2030. And second is the university governance. And if you ask me bluntly what we should do, we should start thinking about the structure of the university system as a whole. Whenever we bring a new university, whether it's a private or public, we give them complete freedom to do everything we would like to have. My suggestion would be, we can establish some universities. They should be up to the level of bachelor's granting universities, because they may not have the capacity to do intensive research, and they may not have the capacity to hire faculty which could lead research. And let them build up for a few years. Let them immerse their undergraduate students into research. That would be one category. The second category could be, let them go to the master's level so that they go a little bit advanced level, but put them yardsticks, what it requires to be there. And the third category would be, which I call research-intensive universities. It takes time to build research, but today's structure, I have seen some of the universities here. They were opened in 2010. In 2012, they have started awarding PhD degrees. And that kind of disturbs the image in higher education. Other few comments I would like to make is, we need to connect, all the universities should be connected with the high schools. When I look at the statistics, that 126 million students or children in India are still not going to educational institutions. Huge opportunity before us. So the universities need to capture that opportunity, prepare them so they can come back to the universities. So high school connectivity is very important, and we have started doing it. And at Lovely Professional University, we are adopting, like in our neighborhood, 50 to 100 schools. Connecting with the industry is very, very important. So we are establishing industrial advisory boards for every discipline. We have 24 schools, so we are going to have those. Connecting with the society. What we are doing is, we are going to those villages where we are connecting with the high schools. We are sending our engineering students, business students, to those villages, find out the real society problem, whether it's a water pollution problem or drinking water problem. Let them make them a kind of capstone projects for their final semester. Finally, affordable and educational access. We all cannot be IITs. When I was going through the admission for my engineering program in India, I had only 3 colleges in Punjab I can think of going to an engineering college. It was very, very selective. IITs are still very, very selective. They pick up some of the best and brightest students of the country. Even for those students, same thing, we can take the example of Stanford. You can put any teacher. Those students are going to be very successful. Now the question is, who is going to take care of these students who are not in that group? So some of the universities like ours are going to come, but we need to ensure we need to serve larger number of students, but affordable education and quality education. That's where the equity, diversity, and the quality comes into picture. Now, you can come to our university with 10,000 rupees a semester. They can go to educational programs. Engineering, business, they're going to cost more. So that is the mission we have set up. Use of technology in the classroom. It was mentioned by Pawan Kumar. If you really want to see a university in India where 90% of the teaching functions are done by the use of technology, Every teacher's classroom lectures are going to be recorded. They are going to be available for the students. They could be available for the distance education. Teacher can look at their own lectures and improve their teaching pedagogy. Classrooms are going to be very smart classrooms where the internet access, PowerPoints, you name it, all the media will be there in the classroom. So that's the direction we are moving in. Long-term learning, that's another mission. The role of humanities is very, very important in lifelong learning. So every program we are going to offer at every professional university, students will have to take 14 to 18 credit hours of humanities. Faculty is a challenge. It's very difficult to find quality PhDs. Even MTech students can do very well, provided those teachers have the passion to make a difference in the classroom. That's what is more important. And I always tell, we don't need best and brightest. Give me a mediocre person, provided they have the passion to make a difference in the classroom, I think they can be turned into very good teachers. Again, I will close. Whatever we do, I think we have to look at the society, society's constraints, and society's opportunities. Education is very, very important part of the opportunity we have. We all got to work together to make sure that when we hear that 28% of the population needs to go to high schools or higher education, how India is going to capture that opportunity and become the leading knowledge-based economy of the world. Thank you.